Hi friends, welcome to your Backbend yoga class. There are no vinyasa in this class. This is specifically focused on safely deepening your backbends. So make sure that you tap in and listen to your body during this class. Backbends can get kind of intense, so don't be afraid to pause the video. Or if you really like a posture and you want to stay in it for longer, you can also do that too. That's perfectly fine. Also know that backbending and deepening your backbends is a journey. It takes patience and practice. So you can save this video and come back later and practice anytime that you'd like. But when you're ready, let's get backbending. Let's go ahead and get started in a tabletop with some cat-cows just to warm up our spine. So wrists under, shoulders, fingers wide, pointer fingers forward, and the knees under hips. And with your inhale, look up, your tummy drops, your hip bones rise. Pull your chest through the gateway of your arms. And exhale, round, chin to chest, each vertebrae rounding. Inhale, look up, tail rises. Exhale, round. Really push the top of your spine towards the front of the room here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. And move with your own breath here. Maybe that's slower, maybe that's a little bit faster. But just let it be organic. We're just warming up our spine here. We're going to create a lot of mobility with it today. So start really gentle, start sweet, but definitely feel into what your body needs. Perfect. And when you feel good here, come back to neutral. Reach your right leg out long behind you. And watch out for your little plant so you don't kick it. Reach your left arm up in front of you and stretch yourself long like taffy. So you're really reaching forward and reaching back with your foot here. Breathe. A lot of these more intense back bend postures are going to need deep breaths to soften into them. Go ahead and bend your right leg, reach your left arm back, and gently kick up. Try to square your hips and look up with your gaze for a tiger pose. And without slingshotting it, release your leg, come back to stretching long in either direction, and then place it down in center. We'll take a little rinse out with cat-cow, so inhale, look up. Exhale, round. One more time. Nice. Your left leg comes out long, straight behind you. Right hand out in front of you. Reach, reach, reach. We're also strengthening our back here, too. So easy with the face and deep breaths. Keep reaching. Bend the left leg. The right hand reaches back. Grabs the foot, kicks up. Square the hips, gaze shifts upward. Maybe smile a little bit. Make it fun. And then slowly release. Back to stretching in either direction. One more breath. And then exhale. Back to tabletop. We'll come all the way down to our tummies. 90 degrees with the elbows, Cobra pose, but this is an active Cobra pose. So your shoulders are down your back, length between your ears and your shoulders, neutral neck, and your chest is shining forward. Your legs are active, glutes are on, your feet are pressing into the ground, so they're not just laying there. Find this action of pulling your arms back, almost like they're sliding back, but they're not moving, so that you can shine your chest forward. Your gaze should be right at your fingertips. Keep pulling your shoulders down your back. Deep breathe. Deep breathing. Beautiful. We'll do a little bit of strength training here. So hands come behind you. We're still on our stomachs. We'll do 3 rounds of a locust pose. So on your inhale, spike into your pelvis, feet rise off the mat, thighs and knees rise off the mat, hands are off the mat. Gaze in front of you for 3, for 2, a little bit higher, for 1. Lower everything down. 1 big breath here. On your next inhale, rise. Legs, knees, thighs off the mat, chest up. For 3, for 2, a little bit higher, squeeze the glutes. For 1, release. 1 big breath. In and out. Last round. Thighs, knees, feet off the ground. For 3, a little bit higher. For 2, a little bit higher. For 1, and lower. Nice. Bend your knees. Grab your ankles or your calves, what you can, and we'll come into a bow pose. So, same sensation, except we have a little bit more leverage since we're grabbing onto our hands. Inhale. Thighs come off the mat, chest rises. For 3, for 2, for 1. Lower it all down. Hands come to shoulder. Tuck the toes. Send the hips back in space. And up into a downward dog. Pedal out your downward dog here. And then inhale your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it right in between your hands. Back knee touches down. Inhale, both arms rise. Reach up with your hands. So create space between your hip bones and your ribs here. Send your gaze towards your fingertips and send your fingertips towards the back of the room. On your exhale, take your arms through cactus all the way down. On your inhale, sweep them forward and back. Exhale through cactus. Inhale, sweep forward, back. Exhale through cactus. Inhale, sweep forward and back. Exhale through cactus. Tuck the back toe. Send the right foot to meet your back foot. Lower halfway down through a push-up and inhale into up dog. Just shine your chest forward. Glutes are on, knees are on here, or active. And we're staying in this up dog a little longer than we normally would, but it helps us get into our lower spine, our mid spine, and create some heat and warm up. And then exhale, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Back knee meets the mat. Inhale, both arms up. Gaze up towards your fingertips and allow your hips to sink forward and down. Three more breaths here. For 2. For 1, and exhale your hands through cactus. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale through cactus. Inhale, reach forward, up and back. Exhale through cactus. Last time. Inhale, reach forward, up and back. Exhale through cactus. Both hands meet the mat. Tuck the back toe and step your right foot forward. Come down to a seated position. Your hands are behind you, fingers pointed towards your toes. And we're going to take a reverse tabletop. So inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Big shoulder opening here. Option to keep your chin tucked, looking down towards your knees, or release the head back. If your head is released back and you find it a little bit hard to breathe here, a tip is to press your tongue, the tip of your tongue, into the place where your upper teeth meet your gums. It opens the windpipe there and allows it for easier breathing when your head is released backwards. You can use that in camel or wheel pose as well. Option to straighten your reverse tabletop legs. For 3, breathe into your chest. For 2, for 1, lower all the way down. Take a moment to shrug out your shoulders, and we'll set up for camel. So, knees shoulder width apart, and your feet a little bit wider than your knees. The important part of camel is to always have your hips pressed forward. They should always be over your knees, so keep that in mind. We'll take camel rotations to warm up until our full camel. So inhale, your left arm reaches forward, up and over. Maybe you find your heel or a block and back, and your left arm reaches back. Inhale, center. Or exhale, center. Inhale, right arm reaches forward and back. Exhale, center. Inhale, left arm reaches forward, up and back. Exhale, center. Inhale, right arm reaches forward, up and back. Exhale, center. Maybe you make this a full camel, so left hand reaches forward and back. Maybe it finds the heel. And breathe into your chest, press your hips forward. Bring your left hand overhead, reaching for the back of the room or the floor. For 3, for 2, for 1. Lower it and bring your right hand reaching up towards the back of the room or the floor. For 3, for 2, for 1. Give it one more full camel. Breathe. And then take your hands to your low back. Slowly come up. Let your neck be the last thing to come up. Sit on your heels. Take a moment. Feel the energy, the heat you've created in your body. And let's move into bridge pose. So sitting down, lying down on our back. Feet right by our glutes. Press into our heels. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Shimmy your arms underneath your shoulders to get a little bit deeper into your back bend. You can clasp hands under your back. Press into your heels and squeeze your glutes to send them a little bit higher. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lower all the way down. We're going to take that one more time, and we're going to transfer it onto a forearm wheel. So one more inhale, and exhale here. On your inhale, press into your heels, squeeze the glutes, come up into bridge pose. Take a breath here. And then come onto your head. And bring your forearms on to the mat. Once your forearms are in the right place, lift your head. 2 positions for the head here. Look down at the mat, and then try to tuck your chin and look up to the ceiling, and try to get your chest over your shoulders. Maybe rock forward a little bit. Open up through the shoulders. For 3, 2, 1, lower down. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to set up for a wheel pose. We'll take 2 rounds. The first one is traditional wheel, and the second time we'll rotate into it if you want to take that option. So mentally preparing. Bring your hands by your shoulders, your fingertips, facing towards your feet. Come onto your head first. And then straighten your arms into wheel pose. Try to get your chest over your hands and your arms straight. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly lower down. And take a few breaths here. We're going to go into round 2 after a few breaths. And you can take it the same way we just did, or you can play with it if you have a little bit more mobility and you want to try a different entrance. You're going to ground your feet. Place one arm back behind you. I'll use my right arm. And my hands, my fingers are going to be facing towards the opposite short edge of the mat. So let's take our second bridge. Inhale, if you're rotating your inhale, your left arm comes up and over. Maybe you tap the mat and then lower down. Left hand plants. Right arm, inhale, comes up and over. Maybe you tap the mat and lower down. Left arm. And then right arm, and this time we'll find full wheel and breathe into it. Again, try to get your chest over your wrists and your arms straight. Bring an ease here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Bring your knees to your chest. Hug them in. Maybe you sway side to side. Release the back. Really nurturing here. And feel free to stay with your knees in your chest or rock and roll to sit up. And I hope you feel more space in your shoulder and in your back. I hope that felt playful and approachable and that you feel good. And as always, it takes practice and patience to get your back bend and deepen it safely. So come back to this video anytime you'd like, and I'll see you later. Namaste, sweet friends.